everybody, Yom Tov. It's Monday and I'm back again. I mean, I thought I would be back sooner than I was, but there's a story to be told, as always is with me. There's always a story to be told. But before we go any further, I want to say welcome to any new people who have joined the Haven. I hope you enjoy your time here with us. We are a very warm, friendly bunch of people, and you won't find a nicer channel anywhere else. I don't think so. I think we're unique and I think we're very special because we all support each other, and it's taken a long time to become a band of friends, but we always welcome new people. So like I said, a very warm welcome to you, and I hope you have fun here. For the rest of you, hello you guys, how are you doing? It's nice to be back and giving you another video, and yes, it's been far too long. I said I was going to try and do it more regularly, but as you know, I think by now, and I actually can't remember what I said in my last video, but here's the deal, right? Just for the new people and for the rest of you, a recap. I have been diagnosed with stage 3 inflammatory breast cancer. It's a very new diagnosis. It's only all happened in the space of a month. I went to my brother's funeral at the end of February, and at that time there was nothing wrong with me at all. And then about a week later, I looked and I thought, oh, some funny marks on my boob, and never really thought anything about it. About 3 weeks after that, I went to my lymphedema specialist nurse, because I have lymphedema as well, and showed my boob to her. By this point was looking, not very nice, and she looked at it and she said, well, it could be breast cancer, but go and see your GP. I says, is there anything to worry about? She says, well, no, I don't think so, but just err on the side of caution, go and see your GP. Well, I got an appointment a month later, and my GP was done up in a hazmat suit. She wouldn't even examine me. She just said, you need to get to the hospital. And she gave me a certain date, and I said, well, I can't go that day, I'm at the dentist. And she was like, you need to get to the hospital. Well, I can't remember whether I told you this bit or not, but I went to the dentist, right? And then about a fortnight or so after that, I did go to the hospital. And I was still of the mind that what I had on my left breast was purely lymphedema, because it seemed, and at this point I say seemed, to look like what I had in my tummy and what I've got in my toes, my feet and my legs. It looks like there's large areas of scarring. The skin's all puckered up. There's areas that look like orange, like an orange skin. It's called pitting. But you get little round circles in the skin that, remind me of Swiss cheese. Anyway, it's, at the time of speaking to you now, it's now all over my breast. And it's burning hot. Inflammatory breast cancer is a very rare breast cancer. only, between 1 and 5% out of every 1,000 breast cancers seen is inflammatory breast cancer. The one thing that makes it stand out is the fact it's extremely aggressive. It spreads very quickly. And when my breast was examined initially, this lovely lady doctor, she had a look at my breast, and then she said, would you mind if I checked out your arm, under my armpit? And she said, can you feel those lumps that I'm palpating here? And I said, well, I can now you've mentioned it. And she just said, right, we need to get biopsies done and mammograms and blah, blah, blah. So at the end of everything, had the 2 biopsies done, saw everything happening on ultrasound, which was absolutely fascinating, and then be told, well, it could be this, but go home, try hard not to worry. So I did that. And then I got a letter on my wedding anniversary to say that I definitely had it and that it had spread to my left armpit. And there were 2 lumps in my armpit, and there were 2 distinct lumps in my breast. One measured 29 millimetres and the other one measured 14 millimetres. But, you know, they need to look at it again just to see if there's any more. Now, standard, straightforward chemotherapy, right? You know, the stuff that everybody sees where, you know, it's in the vein and what have you, is totally ineffective against this type of cancer. And I was told, well, what we're going to do is we're going to give you 1 drug, and then over a couple of weeks, we're then going to top up those drugs with a couple of other drugs. And, you know, this will speed up the process because we want to try and target it and shrink it so it's of a size that, you know, it'll try and sort of back it into a corner, so to speak. But they then found out that the cancer was feeding off all the estrogen in my body. So the drug that they prescribed for me was called letrozole. And it was the case you take 1 a day, every day, you know, until we tell you to stop, which I've been told is years. Excuse me. I'm now drinking lemon barley water because, well, I'll tell you why. So there was a mix-up getting me the letrozole, and it hadn't been prescribed to me within a reasonable standard time as per the hospital. The hospital wanted it sorting out immediately, but it had to go to my doctor's surgery for it to be released to the pharmacy, for them to release it to me, which all of that took 2 weeks. You can believe that, can't you? I know you're going to be saying, what's she doing? Listen, kids, after the weekend that I've had, sorry guys, I meant it, sorry, and my back is causing me no end of problems today, so I apologise about the fidgeting. I eventually got a hold of the drug, and I was supposed to start it last Thursday. That was the 24th. But I got cold feet, I got scared. So I thought, I'm going to start taking it on the Friday. And I'll be absolutely fine. So I took it on Friday afternoon. I can't really remember the time off the top of my head right now, but it was probably mid to late afternoon, and everything seemed fine. So, oh well, they said this. I mean, I went through all the side effects. It's, you know, possibly nausea, possibly, you know, throwing up, hair loss or hair thinning. Oh, by the way, this is the new do. I got my hair cut off just to get me ready for when it starts to fall out or thins, because if my hair really thins, then I'm just going to have it all shaved off. I mean, if it falls out, at least there's not much to fall out than what there was there before. And I've had a steel grey rinse through, put it through as well, because I quite fancied it, so I hope you like it too. Anyway, it was about 2:30 on Saturday morning. Gone to bed quite early for me, about 11 o'clock. And I woke up at 2:30, and this feeling of terrible nausea just seemed to hit me out of nowhere. I mean, it woke me up. And it is not a word of a lie. I swear to you, on the love of my children, this is true. I can only tell you the time frame because of what my family told me. But I didn't stop dry retching until about, I think it was 4:30 on the Saturday afternoon. So it was literally from 2:30 in the morning right the way through to about 4:30 on the Saturday afternoon. And by that point, I was so shattered that it was a case of, I mean, I've got to take certain different kinds of tablets every day. And I literally, you know, my husband had to say, you've got to take these tablets. You cannot miss all of these tablets. You have to take them. So I got them down. I don't know how, but at least they stayed down. And then once I started to settle down, I fell asleep, and I just slept for hours. And I didn't get up out of bed until I think it was well after 6 o'clock on Sunday. And I'm talking like PM, 6 o'clock-ish. And I felt so ill. I didn't know where to put myself. I mean, I've had bad nausea before, and obviously that was when I was pregnant with my children. But this was nothing to compare to the pregnancy sickness I had. This is a nausea of all of itself. And if any of you have had, you know, been stricken by cancer and has had chemotherapy and what have you, you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, I was so frightened of taking any more that I didn't take Saturday's dose and I didn't take Sunday's dose. But I rang the hospital this morning asking for advice. They said they'd ring me back. Then I rang my GP surgery and asked for help, and I was immediately prescribed a drug called Cyclizine. It's an antihistamine that can be used against cancer drugs. And then I got a call back from the hospital telling me that I've got to take the Cyclazine first, wait for half an hour, and then with a sandwich or something, take the letrozole. And then, I'm allowed to take 3 Cyclazine a day, but I can't take any more than 3. The one thing about taking this Cyclazine with the letrozole, and purely because of that, you're not allowed to drink alcohol, any kind of alcohol. And my heart just sank, because I'm not an alcoholic, but I do like to unwind at weekends. Maybe have a glass of wine, a Malibu and Coke, something, Malibu and Iron Brew, which I've had before. And then it's between the letrozole and the Cyclazine, you won't be able to, if you're a smoker, you'll have to stop smoking because it'll make you vomit. If you drink alcohol, it can make you vomit. You may find that you're turned off by tea, coffee, cola, and chocolate. And I said to my family, and I said it completely tongue-in-cheek, and they knew exactly where I was coming from. So I didn't say anything to offend them. I just said, do you know what? I know I shouldn't smoke, but I do. And I would like to quit. I don't particularly want to quit this way for this reason. But I wanted to quit under my own engine, not being forced to do it. I can't have alcohol. I can't eat any chocolate. I love tea and coffee and drinks hot chocolate. What's left? I can have lemon and barley water. And although it's nice, it's what I used to think of as a drink for invalids. And I'm not an invalid. I happen to be particularly unlucky and have a cancer that, if it isn't stopped in its tracks, will just go haywire. So on the basis of how quickly it spread to my armpit and the fact that I've been having some shoulder aches, on Thursday this week I have to go for a body scan, a bone, whole body of my scanning my whole body. I've got to go into the hospital. I've got to have a dye put through me. I've then got to go away for 3 hours, come back, and then have this scan go up and down my body while I lie there. So that's got to be done. Then I get a letter in the post saying I've got an appointment to go back and see my oncologist on the 19th of July. And then I get another letter saying you've got to go back again on the 12th. And I'm thinking, this is a bit mad. What's going on? But it turns out the 12th is going to be a telephone appointment to tell me the results of my bone scan. So I think that's where I stand as far as this cancer goes. I am trying to stay looking presentable. I'll be honest with you, I did try to do a live stream the other day, and I think I ran it for about 3 minutes and nobody came, so I just shut it down. Because it's weird the times that I would like to talk to you, and I suppose one half of the world is asleep and the other half of the world is either busy at work or they're busy with their families and stuff like that, or they're not online. And I'm sort of like stuck with a foot in each camp in a way, because when I should be asleep, I'm not. And when I should be awake, I'm asleep. So it's a bit silly, but it is what it is. Like I said, I've tried to do my makeup according to the hair. So I hope you like the hairdo. I've tried to replicate how my stylist did it for me. I can never get it exactly the way that she did it, but I'm quite happy with it. And, you know, it saves on the time that I've had to wash my hair. The only thing is if you don't style it straight away, you're left with a tight curly mass on one side and a smooth mass on the other, and I can't get my head around that at all. I don't know why that's happening. My left breast is now so large that the bras I've got just don't fit. And one of the Macmillan cancer nurses said to me that I should invest in an even bigger bra. And I thought, oh, good luck with that one. But I thought, why should I invest up to 50 to 60 pounds, British pounds? That's probably, I don't know how many dollars, on a bra or two bras or whatever, where that it's going to be useless in a year's time, because I'm having a radical mastectomy all the way up here. So what am I going to do? Stuff it with my husband's socks? I don't think he'd like that. Do you? You know, stick his hand down my top just to get a pair of socks. Like I said, I'm trying to stay cheerful and I'm trying to stay upbeat. It's not always easy. I would like to ask you guys, while I am going through this journey, what would you like me to do with regards to me vlogging about the cancer journey? This has got nothing to do with what I would like to do with the other things that I do as well. Now, I've got to warn you up front, the combination of the cyclazine and the letrozole, apart from trying to battle this nausea and throwing up, right, which is, anybody will tell you, is debilitating in itself, apparently it's going to make me feel very fatigued. So it might just mean that I will do it as soon as I can, when I can. I'll probably do some videos where you might just have to put up with me looking like crap. But it's because I really want to do it. I want to do things that are going to distract me. And I might have a day where, it's like today when I did my makeup, and listen, I'm not asking for, like, oh, you look great. No, that's not what this is about. I didn't feel great before I put the makeup on. And I've spent so much time out of makeup. I feel as if I've lost the knack. And, you know, I'll need to go back and look at Angie's videos for hints and tips. because I felt as if I was getting so much better at all the blending and things like that, and then everything just went to pot. You know, last year was not a particularly good year for any of us, and the first half of this year hasn't been great for any of us either, but at least things seem to be on the upturn. Whereas between last year and this year, you had the tumour on my jaw, or the dental work that needed doing, and it took months because of COVID and the restrictions. All the cosmetic stuff I had to have done. And then, you know, between that happening, I lost Lorraine, then I lost my brother, and then I get this diagnosis. I don't know. I must have been very evil in a past life. That's all I can think. I've got to be Hitler or somebody. God forbid. Oy vey. Oy Gewalt. You know, it's such a shanda. I shouldn't be thinking things like that about myself, really, but it's about the only thing I can think of. It's either that or Goebbels is Minister for Propaganda. But that's what Lady C, Lady Colin Campbell, that's what she calls her mid-scabies. Gingen Cringe's spokesman. Oh, and of course this week, while I'm busy having my bone scan done, I'm going to have to catch up the highlights of Diana's statue and see if there's any fuss. Imagine that. I would rather be sitting watching TV than having a bone scan, but it is what it is. You never know. At the end of the day, experimenting on me, they might find an easier way to treat other women with IBC. So out of all bad stuff's got to come some good, don't you think? So I don't mind being a guinea pig if that's what it means. And my children want me around a bit longer. You know, gluttons for punishment, my children, I tell you. And my husband. And I'm not being big-headed, but I suppose you guys would like me to hang around a little bit longer as well. Because I still feel I've got something to give. I don't want to give it up now. I want to keep on going for as long as I can, you know. So, anyway, I will try and do what I can when I can. I might be able to make batches of videos and set them up to go off. Just going to mean a quick change of top, so you don't see me wearing the same thing. You know, 6 videos in, she's still wearing the same top, you know. So, anyway, my lovelies, it's time for me to go. And I want to thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you for all the love I've been sent. Thank you for watching me. I'm just so grateful that you're here, you know, because you're my big support team. And without your loving support, I don't think this journey, well, it could only get harder. And I need you, you know. You're good people. And I'm not going to lie, I do need you. That's my phone going ding dong. Somebody sent me a message. That's what it's been like all the time. Apologise for that. Anyway, I love you all very much, and I shall see you again very, very soon. So, take care. Bye for now. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.